Sometimes I sit down, I just cry.
Parfois je pleure.
I just cry. I don't want to be emotional here. But if I tell you
Parce que si je vous raconte
how this God has been working wonders in my life.
comment ce Dieu a fait des choses
I
dans ma
remember
vie.
the incident that happened
Parfois je me rappelle les incidents
October
qui sont arrivés
21st, 2022.
en octobre 2022.
Listen, you don't know.
Vous ne savez
There are
pas.
even some battles, there are some things your optical eyes cannot even see.
Il y a des batailles que vous ne pouvez voir
Many
à
of you
l'œil
are
nu.
crying, Father, do this for me, do this for me.
Il y a des gens qui pleurent, qui réclament
yeah.
des choses.
The one he has done for you, have you thanked him enough? Have you appreciated him enough?
Ce qu'il a fait,
I remember that ugly incident that day.
Quand je me rappelle encore
I
cet
was the one
incident,
sitting
j'étais assise.
because right just right at the other side, not behind the driver's seat. We were just very close to the house.
On était très proche de
We
la
were not
maison.
expecting it at all.
On n'espérait pas du tout ce qui s'est passé.
Ayakabagadayakatata. That ugly incident. I was the one sitting just right at the other side,
J'étais
not
assise.
behind the driver. Papa was the one driving.
Et papa,
I was sitting with my other two children
papa
This is
conduisait,
a
j'étais
family
assise avec mes deux enfants.
inside the car.
Et donc c'était la famille entière dans la
And we were
voiture.
just very close to the house.
On était très proche de la maison.
Well, the next thing I heard was fire. And I started hearing all kinds of sound. Only the sound of the AK-47, the pump action. Only the sound of the hams they had on them. That sound alone can even make somebody just collapse. I was the one. Probably they thought Papa was the one sitting in that position. So they faced that direction I was sitting. And I began to hear papa. In my entire life, I've never heard that kind of sound. I have never heard that kind of sound. This Jesus.
Me voici Jésus qui nous a sauvés.
What I saw
Ce que j'ai vu
were
de mes
the
yeux,
host of angels standing at attention. What I saw
mais j'ai vu
was Jesus himself
l'armée des
spreading
anges.
his wings
J'ai vu
and
Jésus
covering that vehicle.
étendre ses ailes pour nous couvrir.
The moment I heard them, it was one that was their commander. And I could still remember vividly. The guy was on black. And he stood in my direction. Probably felt or he thought Papa was sitting in that direction. When he released he was the one that shouted. And then he was the one that released and started releasing the bullet. When I heard what I heard was fire with a very loud sound. I turned to the direction. When I turned to the direction, I saw him. He was just all the target was just in my direction. And all I could say, Jesus! Shout that name! Shout that name! As you shout that name,
Ce nom,
that sickness that came into this place with you,
ce nom,
that fibroid is going to fall out now. It's going to fall out now.
ce fibrome va tomber.
Shout Jesus!
Jésus!
That sickness is a stranger. Stranger will hear my voice and they will flee. Somebody shout Jesus!
Oui, Jésus!
That is the only name I know.
C'est le seul nom que je
My children
connais.
were inside the car.
Mes enfants étaient
Woman,
là.
let me tell you something.
Je vais vous dire
That
quelque
prayer
chose.
you are always praying is an investment.
Cette prière que tu fais
You
toujours
are
un
depositing
investissement.
something in the bank of heaven.
Tu déposes quelque
Don't
chose dans la
ever
banque
think
du
that that
ciel.
prayer is a waste.
Cette prière
Don't
n'est pas
ever
une
think that
perte.
that prayer is a waste.
Cette prière n'est pas une
Because
perte.
you are depositing something in the bank of heaven.
Parce que tu fais les
The
dépôts dans
only
la
name
banque
I
du
know
ciel.
is Jesus.
Le seul nom que je
Papa
connais, c'est
just
Jésus.
concentrated,
Il faut te concentrer.
handling the steering. Papa was just, he was focused.
Papa
And he was just driving. And they kept shooting. They kept shooting. I was hearing ta 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 pa 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 pa. As I was screaming Jesus, I heard my children. I pulled them down. I said, children, go down. I began to scream Jesus. I began to shout Jesus. I don't know any other name. Oh. Shout Jesus. Ay 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 ay. Hey, kaba 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 kaba. Hey, la gada 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 gada. Hey, hey, hey. As you scream that name, as you shout that name,
tu vas crier ce nom.
Something is going on in this place. As you shout that name,
Quand tu vas dire Jésus,
it doesn't matter the medical report has been given to you.
ce rapport médical que tu as reçu,
Whose report do you believe?
quel rapport tu
Whose
crois?
report do you believe?
C'est le rapport de qui tu crois.
Shout Jesus! Something is happening. Something is going on. Something is happening. Sickness, diseases, they are going away. Help them, help them, help them, help them. Help them, help them. Osha! Help these women. Help these women. Help them all over this place. All over this place. All over this place. Bakato, bakata. If you can pray in the Holy Ghost, join me. Something is happening in the realm of the Spirit. Women of God. Women of God. Something is going on in the realms of the Spirit. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Help her, help that woman. Help that woman. Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost.